We've got so much boxing to talk about. But let's go to the zone. Fantasy Springs. It was Friday night fights. Indio, California. And it's twice as nice. As Rob Bass once said, it takes two. And Andrew Cancio made it 2 for 2 against Alberto Machado, knocking him out in 3. It was no fluke. Mario, he just absolutely ground him up to the body again.
I love that this is the year of upsets. And I got to be honest, I thought a more well-prepared Machado, not distracted, having a nutritionist, put in a hard camp over at Wild Card, it was going to be a difficult fight. I thought it was a 50-50 fight going in, but to be honest, not that I thought it was a fluke, but I just thought Machado was a talented guy and a blue chipper. Man, it was such a fun fight to see Cancio really continue to not be overwhelmed by the moment, rise to the occasion yet again, and have such a smart game plan and execute it perfectly. That first round, when Machado came out and he was landing that right hook, I said, ooh, because he had dropped him in the first fight, remember? And I said, ooh, that's not going to be, he's got to get inside quick. But he was able to close that distance. He was able to start working the body and attacking it in a relentless manner. He let those hands go. The pressure, the combinations broke him down. And when he ended it with that beautiful body shot,
dare we say it was a jackhammer?
Exactly. Yeah. Like any dude that gets up and runs in the morning, then goes and works a jackhammer 8 hours a day, and then goes and trains, that is a special kind of dedication, and that is a man that is not to be messed with. I don't want to hear about anybody ever complain when you're living a lifestyle like that. That is a true champion in every sense of the word. I like him as an individual. I like him as a fighter a lot, which, by the way, I think he's a dangerous out. That's a talented division, but I think he's going to be a tough out now with this confidence, with this new style, the way he's throwing in punches and bunches, and the relentless pressure, and those heavy hands, those forearms on that kid. Yeah. Dang. Here's the only thing, though. My only concern, as much as I love the story that he's going to report to work on Monday and he works for the city.
The reality of it.
The reality of it is, like, look, now at this elite level, you got to focus full time, bro. You've got to really, you only get an opportunity like this once in a lifetime. You got to dedicate for the window that you're a champion, full time, focus on being a fighter.
For Andrew Cancio, for Chango, there was no monkey business. This is what he told the media about his second victory over Alberto Machado.
Harper in the first fight, but like I said, the first time I was very timid, trying to fight his fight. He caught me with a couple straight left hands, hook, but this time around I wasn't scared, so I was ready for it. But once I started landing those body shots and I heard him, I said, all right. And then I settled down. I was trying to be too anxious to go after him, and I just stopped him in the third round. Right. So after the second round, my coach said, he goes, "How do you feel?" I go, "I got it." And then I come after I stopped him. He goes, "You told me you got it." Because I started feeling that it was just a one body shot away, but I wanted to knock him out in the head, but he has a good chin, but he thought I was going to go in there for the check hook, and his body was wide open, his elbow was up, and boom, I switched it up on him, and down he went.
Andrew, Mario, being there ringside, I thought Machado had a pretty good first 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Long, lengthy jab, and Freddie said before the fight, we got to box him, got to keep him at a distance, but when that airspace was breached, and all of a sudden, he started grinding him on the outside and then made it to an inside trench battle. When he walked back to his corner in the second round, he looked wobbly, and I said, ooh, this ain't Wepa. This is not looking good for the Puerto Rican, and you could see it coming. And agree or disagree, does Andrew Cancio's renaissance kind of remind you of when Orlando Salido got his career going, that if you fight on the inside, that his offensive skills are vastly underrated from the mid-range and in close?
Very good comparison, and another flashy, well-skilled, slick Puerto Rican fighter who can also crack. When Salido get over there, I love that series when they back-to-back.
Juanma, in fact, you're right. There's a parallel, and he was a southpaw too.
Exactly. And the fact, just the heart. I mean, it really plays into those Mexican-Puerto Rican rivalries, but the heart, the balls of these Mexicanos, the way to cover. The one thing I didn't mention, by the way, when I saw that cut over Cancio, I said, ooh.
It was a gash, too.
Yeah, it was a gash. I said, ooh, it's going to get in his eye. This is not gonna, and it was right on the eye where that right hook could have landed. I said, this is going to be bad news. he remained focused. He felt the sense of urgency and even attacked more and was able to close it. But I was concerned after that as well. So all the more credit, man. And I know there was talk immediately of possibly a Jojo Diaz rematch, and Jojo Diaz, who was also there. And Jojo Diaz, like, I believe, stopped him in the 11th, right?
Yeah, it was on one of the Canelo cards in Dallas.
Correct.
2016.
I gotta say, this is a different fighter this
different
time
guy.
around.
Different
guy.
guy.
That is a tough. Ooh, that's a
Well,
tough.
keep this in mind
fight.
though. He still has to face another guy that he actually knocked down in 2015. I called the fight alongside Doug Fisher and Beto Duran. Rene Alvarado is WBA mandatory, so that has to come first.
Right. There are no easy outs.
No, there are none. I spoke to Freddie Roach on Saturday after I worked out at Wildcard. I said, Freddie, what happened? I go, do you, in your opinion, not to take away any credit from Cancio, but did making 130 once again, even if it was a little bit easier process, did it strip away the constitution from Mercado? He said, yeah. Couldn't take the body shots. He goes, Steven, once he couldn't keep him out at distance, he goes, fight was over. So it is one of those, look, certain guys just match up really well with certain fighters. And you're right about Cancio. I asked him a couple weeks ago, do you keep that job because of the benefits for your two kids? And he said, yeah. Because one thing about boxing, it may pay you well, but if you're not making life-changing money, there's also this reality. There's no pension, and there's no benefits for your kids.
It's a tough position to be in because if you want to continue to get those big prize fight purses,
you have to keep winning.
You got to keep winning, and to keep winning, you got to be committed 100%. So it's that tough.
But you know what's funny though? His trainer says though, I honestly like him having another job because Cancio, I asked him, hey, what would you be doing if you didn't have a job? He goes, I'd be at the brewery all day. So, in a way, it does make him a harder individual. It makes him more disciplined. But Andrew Cancio, what a fan-friendly fighter he's become. And one of the stories of 2019.
Just a great story.